Hello everyone, welcome to the next Java tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to see how we can use the super keyword in the inheritance. Okay, so if you before starting the detailed explanation about the super keyword, I'll request you to watch my previous tutorial as well onto the inheritance in Java. So basically, if you have already watched them, then this is like you will be able to understand this particular tutorial. Otherwise, I'll request you to go and please watch the earlier tutorial once and then visit this particular super keyword related tutorial. Okay, so with this information, let's get started onto the super keyword. So the scenario which I have taken here is I have created two classes here, just the dummy classes. I haven't write anything here. That one is student class and another one is stream class. Okay, and basically whenever we say any student, it is certainly going to have two things in common. One, it is going to have first name for sure, and it is going to have last name for sure. Okay, irrespective of what which stream that particular student belongs to, it is certainly going to have these two details. Okay, but when we say a stream, then stream can be different, like the student can belong to arts, commerce, science, engineering, and there are multiple. Okay, so with this particular scenario in mind, let me just go ahead and create two variables here, private final string first name, okay, and private final string last name, because these are the very common parameters or properties that any student might have. Okay, let's create a constructor to assign the values for these two, and let's create some getter setters as well. Basically, I would just need getters, so I'll just create the getter method for these two variables. Okay, just in case I wanted to access these two values from any other class. Okay, so this is about the student class. We have just these two parameters here. Now we have a class called as stream, and we want to utilize the parameters that we have created in the student class in the stream class. So based on the concept of inheritance, what we are going to do is we are going to extend the student class in the stream class. Okay, so as soon as we extended the student class or some kind of super class into the any of the subclass, it is going to give us some compile time error saying that create a constructor that is matching your super class. So meaning is your super class has one constructor, and the subclasses that are extending this parent class, they need to also need to have the similar thing in this particular subclass as well. So let's go ahead and create one constructor for this stream, and obviously it is going to take final string first name, okay, then final string last name, and its own variable. Let's declare one variable here, private final string stream. Okay, maybe I'll just name it as student stream. Okay, and let's have this particular thing here as well, final string student stream. Okay, and now what we want to do is we want to call, because the first name and last name are present in the student class and we have extended it into the stream class. So the constructor definition for these two class is already defined. Okay, we just have to call it here or invoke it here. So for that we use the super keyword. So basically one of the uses of super keyword is to invoke your parent class constructor. Okay, so for example, in this particular case, our student class is the parent class for the stream class, and student class has its own constructor. We just want to, if at all we just wanted to call that particular constructor from the subclass, then we can use the super keyword, we can say. Okay, and there you just pass the required parameters. Okay, first name and last name. So this is how you set the first name and last name to the student class. And last thing is this student stream, because since this particular student stream variable is belonging to the same stream class, we cannot use super here obviously. So we just have to use the this dot student stream is equal to, we can just assign it to the local student stream variable that is present here. Okay. All right. So this is how we can use this. Okay. So this is how we have defined the constructor. Now I'll let me just create a getter for this student stream variable as well. In case I need to access it from somewhere, then I should have it. Okay. So this is the getter to access. Now what we want to do is we want to create a consolidated student class or student details, I would say, where we have first name, last name, and the stream of that particular student. Okay. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to write one public static void main method. Okay. Here what we are going to do, we are going to create the object of stream class student. Let me create this particular object only, is equal to new stream. And here we need to pass all three parameters that are going as a parameter to this particular constructor. So let's pass the first name as John, second name as, let's say, Williams. Okay. And let's pass the stream as engineering. Okay. So these first two parameters, first name and last name, are belonging to the student class, and the third parameter of stream is belonging to this particular method. Okay. All right. Now, okay, that's fine. Like we have, assigned values to these constructor of stream class, out of which using this super constructor or super keyword, we have called the constructor of your parent class as well. Now, how to access these values? As you know, we have created getter methods in these two classes. For the stream, we have created a getter method for the student stream variable, and in the student class we have created the getter methods for the first name and last name. Okay. Now how we can utilize these two methods in your subclass? Okay, by using the super keyword. So again, there is the similar keyword of super. It has a second use, that you can use super keyword to access the variables and methods from your super class as well, or the parent class as well. So let's understand how we can do that. Okay, so let's say we have a method called as, let's say, public. It will not return anything, and just print student detail. This is the method, let's say, we have. Okay, and here what I want to do is I just wanted to print the things which I have assigned to this particular variable. So for that, I'll just use system.out.println. Now, since the first name and last name variables are belonging to your student class, to access them, you can make use of super keyword. So if you see here, I'll just use super dot get first name. Okay, so this get first name is the method that is present in the student class, but still with the use of super keyword, we can access it from the subclass as well. Okay, similar thing for the get last name as well. Okay, and for the stream, we can use this dot get student stream. So for this, because we have also created a getter for this particular class. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to call student dot print student details, the method which we have just created. Okay, so with this thing, let's go ahead and run this, and let's see whether it prints all the details in a correct way. Okay, all right, so I have executed this, and see, it has printed all these results, that first name as John, last name as Williams, and stream as engineering. Okay, so basically, this is how we can make use of the super keyword in your subclass. The first use, just to revisit the concept that we have seen, the first use of superclass is to call the parent class constructor, and the another use of superclass is to access the methods or variables that are present in the in your parent class or superclass. Okay, so basically this is how we can use the super keyword in your subclass. Okay, all right. So I hope you understood this concept of how we can use superclass to access the elements, constructor, variables, methods from your parent class or superclass. Okay. So if you have any doubts, do comment into the comment box. Do like this particular tutorial and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.